everybody. Welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. Happy Hump Day. I believe it is Wednesday. Let's welcome in James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Say hello. Go to the description of the video
Hello.
and give his
I never
respect.
know what day it is, so thank you for having me.
Not you don't know what day it is.
When you work nights, trust me, these days run together, so you just never know what day it is. Like I think it's actually my car. I got to put the garbages out on the street.
Oh, damn. Well, shout
Yeah.
out to not just James, but everybody who does knock shift, night shift, third shift, whatever the hell y'all call it. I personally feel like people who work at night are the heartbeat of this country. It's quiet as a skip.
Oh,
So
that's so
I
sweet.
respect it.
Thank you, friend.
That's true. It's true. Half the places that people I know that work nights that be important. I'm not gonna say that on here, but they be like places that we need. So we should appreciate them because we complain about daytime, but nighttime is a whole nother beast. You're trying to live like a vampire and you're not one. All right. We have to talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, y'all. Escape the Issue is the name of this episode, season 12, episode 21. It's crazy that we're in season 12 of this show. Why is Rashida sitting in the front of this picture when Rashida and Kirk are hardly seen at all? We see the baby mama and the side chick and Rashida's mistress or Kirk's mistress, whatever the hell, more than we see him with his wife, which is baffling. But we'll come back to it. The episode started with Spice, Amy, and Kendra playing volleyball. Not too much came out of it. I just think it's the example of a bunch of women who had their bodies done, who are doing the work. They say you're supposed to work out when you do it, and they're doing it. So good for them. Nothing really comes of it. I don't, James. Was there anything in that first scene that you feel like happened that I could be missing that you think is
Mm,
relevant?
No, not at all. No, those three, no, absolutely not, because we know this is no longer Amy's real life anymore.
Mm.
So it's not anything that I felt was needed to be talked about until she brings up that situation. Y'all know how I feel about Kendra.
I
So I feel like she was just there,
don't see
occupying
the
air.
center.
And, I'm trying to, because I just learned that my boyfriend's a huge fan of Spice, and I'm trying to be nice because he does watch you.
Did you say
So,
he's Jamaican?
yeah.
Of course, she's huge internationally because I have family members that are African that love Spice. I feel like Spice does better internationally than she does mainstream in the States, if that makes sense.
No, I just said he didn't like how I read her last week. So,
She's the thing with Spice though, Spice is so talented and she's got a work ethic like no other. And her music is genuinely good. I listen to quite a bit of Spice myself. Her music is genuinely good. It's just her attitude on this show, I think, is impacted her. So it's hard for people who watch the show and got to know her music through the show versus naturally to get to know her. But she's talented. I just don't think she needs the show. I personally think she's above this show, but she keep coming back. Welcome back, Quay. She says Spice booty looked too heavy. She needs to undo what she did to her booty.
I wish all the women would undo what they do to their booty. I do. I wish all the women would understand that this is some foolishness. This does not look good. This don't feel good. I know bathing takes a whole lot of effort, so y'all just stop doing this, please. If you can't get it naturally from collard greens and cornbread, don't do it at all.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was speaking to my husband. All I heard was collard greens and cold bread. And I'm assuming you're talking about her donkey booty or
No,
dumpster
I'm
booty.
just saying if women can't get it naturally from collard greens and cornbread, don't do it at all.
That's true. And not Jiffy. Your results will be different depending on the type. Clay said, I'm
Well, no,
over
you
the
just gotta
Chanel
no. It'll be different. You just gotta use buttermilk instead of regular milk.
booty. Can't stand James. Just said little booties matter. Yeah, it's frustrating, but let people have it. Everyone who gets their body done seems to regret it years later, even with simple things that were common, like breast augmentations. Like people always end up removing it sometimes. So we'll see. But Erica Banks, Jessica White, Shekinah Joe, Erica Racine, and Jasmine all beat up. When I say it was the side chicks and the I Date Married Men crew coming together. And I was glad that Shekinah actually pointed out, herself included, because all these women are known to be with men that don't belong to them. But Jessica White ends up asking if Erica Racine has ever been hit on by Mendices due to all the rumors that's been going around. And Erica Racine says she has not been hit on by Mendices, but she has a friend who was hit on and I guess was dealing with Mendices on a serious note, who she states is being silenced from Yandy and Mendices camp, allegedly. Now, this is where Jessica White exposes that Mendices made a pass and hit on her niece. And when asked if he was married, because I guess her niece knew that he was married, Mendices responded saying it's complicated. And let me tell y'all something. If you ever ask somebody if they married, it's very simple. It's yes or no. Now, if you ask someone like, are you done with your baby mama? Do you have a boyfriend? Are you still dealing with the parent of your child? Then okay, I'll accept it's complicated. But if you're married, it's literally not able to be complicated. You're either together or separated. But regardless, you're still married. So there is no it's complicated unless you plan with your marriage. I hope I explained that appropriately for those. And for those who are wondering, yes, I am married. I
You
wish the
you
hell my
explained it right.
husband would say to somebody it's complicated if they ask him if he was married. Huh?
No, you explained that right, and absolutely, and I 100% agree with you. I wish somebody would say, it's complicated. No, it's a yes or it's a no. Now, if we're going through things and we got paperwork filed, it is still yes until the judge signs the divorce decree and it's filed at the civil clerk's office. We're still married. It's not no,
Mhm.
it's complicated. There's nothing complicated about marriage. It's very black and white.
This is the truth. This is the truth. Now,
So
how did you feel about Jasmine's explanation of getting the barbecue plate from Rashida?
I feel like they playing in our faces. I feel like ain't nothing wrong with them. I feel like this is storyline. This what makes me feel like it's storyline. Is this right here? I feel like this is where the questions of paternity and whether or not that really is Kirk's real baby or not come into question for me. Because y'all know I'm a team player. I am. But I'm a team player in a sense as if I'm married into that situation versus I'm in that situation and it came to me. There is no you getting a barbecue plate. There is none of that. I mean, no, I'm lying, y'all. I really am because if she got to pick up the baby from the house or something, I might send her off with a plate. Never mind. I had to think about that for a second because I'm trying to be, YouTube correct here. But no, James is not petty like that. I'm not petty like that at all. But I still don't believe their story, nonetheless.
Oh wait, I apologize, y'all. I am working from home and received a call. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm back. I did hear what you said. Jasmine and that plate irritate me. See, MTV seem like they just gonna keep filming these people nonstop so they don't miss what's going on social media to the camera, if that makes sense. So we'll see. But this was a meetup of polyamory mixed in with side chicks and mistresses, and I just could not with it. I'm not for giving platforms to the 304s of the reality TV streets. And that goes for Coleslaw on Love and Marriage Huntsville since James got me reinvested in this damn show again. Uh-oh. Quay needs clarity from James. Wait, James, do you mean you don't believe the baby is Kirk's or you don't believe they're all cool? Huh. Good question.
Okay, so here's the answer to that. I don't believe that baby is Kirk's. I believe it's complete storyline. And you don't believe they're all cool? No, I do believe they're all cool. That's why I said it's given storyline. Because how we get here is the question. How do we get to this is my question for this society. How do we get from I want nothing to do with you, that's between you and Kirk, and then and da 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 da, and then she's showing up with a whole barbecue plate? How we get here? Did I miss an episode? Did they film and we just didn't see it? MTV? Like what happened? Because that's weird. So yeah, I'm saying it's either a storyline or something happened that we didn't see that we need to know because I'm confused on how that even when it made the blogs, I was confused on how they got there. So if someone could tell me how they got there, I'll retract my statement. But until then, it stands. I believe this is storyline, and I think
Mm.
they're fine.
I do too. Or I feel like they got some sort of arrangement because ain't no way in hell nobody, especially a man with 3 earrings that look like Kirk, is going to do to me what he did to Rashida, including making babies, and think that we just going to be okay. And then you want me to film with the baby mama? It's something is not, the math is not math. So I do agree with you wholeheartedly, James. I really do. Um, I'm sorry in advance to James because I know my friend and I know the sound of this woman's voice makes his teeth itch as much as it makes my teeth itch. We have to discuss Zane's wife, Ashley. She meets with her sister, who she felt the need to tell us they had a 13-year age gap. I couldn't tell who was older or younger. They both looked good personally. Um, but she tells her sister of all the drama and the situation that's been going on between her and Zane. Yes, 3 earrings. I question that heavily, daily. But Ashley tells her sister what's going on with Zane, and her sister gives the advice to her that I think any person, don't matter where you're from, who you are, your sexual orientation, leave that man, leave him. But Ashley is not ready to do that. She does not feel that Zane respects her. I think that's very important. I think for any relationship, if you do not feel respected, and it has to be a mutual respect going both ways, then the relationship is not possible. Whether it's a friendship, a relationship, working with somebody at your job, if there is no respect, it's very hard to get things done. So the fact that this woman says she does not feel like her husband respects her, but still don't want to leave, girl, bye. Go somewhere. Please. She irritates my soul.
It just
So it sounds
makes
like
me.
she's staying for the kids and out of a fear of being alone. What do you get from that, James?
No, as I told y'all, it. I'm starting to think it's two things now. I'm starting to think that once as I said, it's the first thing I've been saying all along is I feel like she's holding on because she feel like maybe Zayn will pop off again like he did in the early 2000s. So she wants to hold on to that claim, which to some degree I can understand, but at the other degree, I'm like, girl, I can't take the embarrassment on national TV. That's where we cross the line. And the second thing is that he must have some great bedroom game. It must be, I'm telling y'all, it must be the most enticing experience where everything jiggles and vibrates because I can't understand for the life of me, like, why you would take so much disrespect and public scrutiny over this man. I just don't understand, especially for someone who is not as cute as he used to be. I'm just saying. I just don't. I just don't know. That's what I'm going with, and that's gonna be my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I think a lot of people agree with your statement and all of that. She said, kids are an excuse, very true. And he shows out loud that he doesn't respect her. I agree. You're right about the celebrity status. Yeah, I do too.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like she's holding on to that. I really do because it doesn't make sense. There's no way that Lil Zane, that this the current one today, can do all he doing to me on national TV, and I ain't went to jail. There's no way. So I'm sorry. Yes, I feel like she's holding on to the name. I really do.
He said that I ain't went to jail. There's no way. I agree. I agree. Now, we got to move on from the foolery because we're going to have to come back to Zane. He's corny too. I just want to throw that out there. Carly, I'm going to pray publicly to God that he helps my tongue not be so sharp. Carly
Is it
Red
better
meet
you
with
than me,
her.
friend? Because I'm ready.
Carly Red is meeting with her new man, Tilo. This is her man of this season. They're married and they're discussing being married. And of course, Carly's insecure about the age difference because, she's a baby boomer. He's a millennial. Maybe he's Gen X. We don't know. He's something young. And she feels as though Tilo is upset with her for announcing their marriage. If you are getting married and you listen, I eloped. I opted out of the traditional marriage dress, all that shit stressed me out. So I get not wanting to involve everybody in marriage being your choice and about the two of you, but if you have to keep it a secret, then there's something, in my opinion, the way I view it, that is not whole in the way that it needs to be. Because what other reason would you have to keep your relationship a secret when you're so grown? But he's upset that the marriage got out there. And I think he's upset about it because now all his hoes is going to know that he's off the market, and it ruins his ability to cheat in comfort. That's how I personally feel. But he brings up his mom being upset about it, and Carly's dumbass gonna say, "Well, why would your mom be upset?" And even Tilo, and this is how I know he with her for other reasons, because she's finding out her only her child is married on the internet, the social media.
That is not why. That is not why that lady is upset. And I wish he was brave enough to tell the truth. Is because y'all are the same age.
I'm sure
Don't
that
know.
that's the reason, but I also don't want to negate the fact that if you have a child and you found out your child is married on the internet, come on, you could have at least called your mama, Tilo.
I don't understand, and that's the. You know what? As I said, his mama wasn't gonna approve of her. That's
Who
why he
was
didn't
the
tell her.
witness at this wedding
That's what I'm
if
trying to figure
nobody
out. Like,
knew
who was your
about
witness
the
then? Like,
wedding?
who? Yeah, but who was at the courthouse with y'all then? If his maybe it was her daughter. Maybe that was the witness.
That's that. Because it doesn't, I just know when I got married, we thought, let's go elope. Fuck it. Let's do it. I got tired of my parents and all of that. There was drama between my mama and daddy. I got sick of them. We got there and they're like, nope, you need a witness. Said, damn it, got to call somebody. Got to be more careful. So I'm like, I don't know if
No,
it's
I
that way
tell
in
you,
other states.
it's only gonna be 6 people in that room when I elope. I'm not gonna play with my family. I'm just not gonna do it. So my grandparents, my mama.
He said, when I elope.
Oh, because yeah, it's happening. We're not. I'm not having no wedding. Like I'm just. I mean,
Honestly, I think it's better while we're on the topic to just get married for you, see if it's gonna last, and then spend the money on the big party. That's just all
oh,
I'm
I
saying.
just. I mean, we said we'll do it this way, and then a few years down the line, we'll renew and have a cute little barbecue or something with a little ceremony and just call it a day. I don't have time. I just don't. I don't have the time anymore. I'm getting old, and my patience is wearing thin when it comes to people and wanting to judge my situation. So that's why I said it's going to be a cute little courthouse situation, and then we're gonna drive off to Vegas and have a little honeymoon, and then bring my ass back to work on Monday. There it is.
I actually really want to renew my vows in Vegas. I've been married now 12 and a half years. So I'm actually considering doing that for my partner. But I don't really want to do nothing. I would do
I knew
destination.
somebody who did that a bit stay winter, which was so funny you brought that up. I knew somebody who did that. I worked with her. She said um, her and her husband did not know their witness at all. She was someone who worked in like the gift shop or something. She was on break,
Mm.
and they didn't want to call anybody, and so they brought her in, and she witnessed it. They still don't know this lady at all. They send her a Christmas card every year, but they don't know who this lady is.
They have no clue. That, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to do for someone. Shout out to my husband's mom, Kathy, for being our witness. That was dope. I'm grateful to have an understanding in law because my parents are crazy. I love them, but they crazy. Um, but yeah, it was just a weird situation, y'all. But we do learn a bunch of drama from their conversation. Carly Red did a live speaking about Tilo's baby mama because he has a child that it sounds like came into his life while he was dating Carly. Kind of like Jazzy from The Housewives of Potomac, for those who watch James's channel or The Housewives. So I'm like, okay, this is why me and James be saying that's a red flag. Don't date nobody with no new babies, or don't date nobody who got a baby on the way, and don't date nobody who's still married. All right. So Carly, of course, breaks these rules. And in the live, she spoke about how when she first met Tilo, this woman was already pregnant. And she, make some comments that weren't essentially okay. This live got back to Tilo's baby mama, who I believe goes by T Woods. I said, look at that, TNT. Look at that. They must have been something special together. But I don't know. It's very strange. Carly doesn't realize this is what people mean when you come with baggage. And Tilo has a lot of baggage. Carly does not seem to care. So the way I viewed it after all of this, especially after her wanting to plan his bachelor party, Carly is delusional and she will get everything that she deserves. That is my only statement. You sound like she knew about the baby mama. Sounds like she knew he had other women. Sounds like they weren't serious and exclusive until they were like engaged and ready to be married. So the whole situation to me, I just don't feel bad for Carly. She'll get what she deserves, and Tilo ain't shit, and he's shown it to her, and she still chooses to accept it. I can't. She probably do. She's got to be his mom's age because he is the age of her daughter. She's got to be his mama's age. I don't know. James, do you have anything to add?
I don't know how to diagnose or give a prognosis of the situation. I just feel like Carly, you too fucking old for this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you too old to be doing this. I'm sorry. I hate to age shame people. I really do. But at the end of the day, this is where our common sense need to jump to the forefront. This does not seem right, sound right, look right, and doesn't even feel right. Why are you at your grown ass age doing this? I just want to know. All of these red flags and ifs and shit in the air, you don't think none of this looks wrong or feels wrong? None of this? Like, yes, thank you, Quay the Canary Diamond. Absolutely. She acts like a desperate old lady. It's like, ma'am, I'm sure you have great options. Why settle for this? But anyways, y'all, that's Carly. She never picked the right man. And she's so like infatuated with just having one. It's just so silly.
Yep, because none of them look the same. We can't even say she has a type. None of them look the same. None of them have the same income level. Some of them in jail, some of them abusive, some of them old, some of them young, some of them have more teeth than face. You don't even have a type. Like baffling, just baffling. I'm tired. I'm tired of her. I really am. She said trying to hold on to her ever aging youth. Yeah, Carly definitely needs, I think, psychiatric help if she truly does date the way that she proclaims on the show, and she needs help. That's what we'll say. Now, we move on to Jessica White, Saucy Santana, and Rennie Rucci, who's making her comeback back to the show after having her baby. She does look good. She's very wide, but she looks like even before the baby. But she looks really good. Um, they talk about Jasmine as well as Erica Racine and the side chicks, and I guess this is where Jessica mentions the rumors about Mendices. Listen, I worried about Jessica White being on this cast and blending with the show. She's off, always too drunk, and very messy. And that makes for good TV, especially on a show like this. So that's what I will say about that. Do you have anything to add to that smaller scene, James?
No, we can move on because I didn't really care.
Mm. She said she's all used up. Oh Lord, I think her dad is clear. She has already went to have that snapback surgery. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Now we see Erica Banks, the little busted rapper. That's all I remember her from, that mirror challenge on TikTok during the pandemic when it first happened 2020. Everybody was dropping it low and coming back up with full makeup in the mirror. That's all I know Erica Banks for in one other song. But she is meeting with T-Lo's baby mama, who goes by the name of T Woods, and her BBL. A lot of BBL on this show, and they're getting out of hand. They looked horrible this episode. And basically, T Woods tells a story of how she was dating T-Lo. That was supposed to be her man. She already has 2 kids, and she said her 3rd kid was supposed to be her final and the person she ended up with. Basically, when she got pregnant, she was 4 months pregnant when she learned that T-Lo was talking to and dating Carly Red and supposedly in love. She says that Carly spoke on her kid a little bit. And yeah, I'm just like, okay, this is messy, but you're on TV. Erica Banks, why are all of your friends side chicks with questionable BBLs? What is going on? See, and I like her music. I only know that song, I ain't got time. That one. and that's really it, other than the Busted song. But I've listened to some of her music. It's not bad at all. She's actually really talented. I think that beef with Megan Thee Stallion kind of impacted her and all the label stuff. But she's very, very talented. But I don't understand why she's hanging out with misshapen women who like to be
Mm,
side chicks.
let me so in Miami, I have been in a club with her, and her music was playing, and I still can't pick it out to this day. So I will say this. I think she's a better reality star, if I'm being honest with y'all, because she know how to stir some drama. Because this, she straight up pulled out her ass. I was like, wait, what's going on here? Wait, what is this? Why are we meeting with the baby mom?
Mm.
Why are we here? So
They are misshapen.
they are, girl. These, I swear, there's shapes that haven't even been invented yet that these women are filling in. I'm
You should
just
teach a
saying.
geometry course on how these bitches be shaped after putting them.
Right. I feel like that needs to be the new math. I
Right.
feel like BBLs and the way bodies are forming, this needs to be new math because we have all kind of new shapes that I have never seen in life. In we've had in our times, millennial times, we've had the shapes that we knew of, but this, oh no, this is completely different. This is a whole lot of different.
Hot mess express,
This
y'all.
is like when
But
chromosomes mess up, and this is what we have.
if you've had a surgery that's non-elective, unless it's something like, reconstructive for medical issues, I think a good example is the mastectomy for breast cancer survivors. Fine. Go, add something there. But to just be going through surgery to go through surgery is wild to me
Yeah,
because
if you're a
surgery is
man
not
doing it, please don't do what one of my coworkers did because he had to have one. And when they did the implants for him, that it looked like two coconuts on his chest. I was like, why would you do this?
two coconuts.
It do. It looked like two coconuts on his. Like, I wish I could send you a picture of him. If I can find him on Facebook, I will because it looked like two coconuts. It looks so bad. Like this, they stretch the skin way too much. It look like you could take a pin and it'll pop. Like it just, yeah.
I'm so done with you, James. We don't move on. We don't move on. Cracking up. My husband laughing at the background. He's always chuckling at James. So we see Ashley, Zane's wife with the high pitched voice, with her sister. I'm sorry, I did not catch that baby's name. I did not catch her name. I didn't, and I feel bad about it.
Wasn't it like Shanita or no, it wasn't. That's not. That's
The
not it.
sister was everything, though. You could tell she's sick of her sister, like, and her shenanigans with this man. So they're kicking it at the house, and a knock comes at the door. And Ashley has her sister open the door, and there goes Zane, looking like a damn Ninja Turtle that's bloated. He ate the wrong thing. That's what he looked like. And he's at the door with a sad ass face, some over shiny skin, and a violinist, as well as one of the group members from Soul for Real, Candy Rain, for those who may not know, go reference it. They I don't know why he was there. He didn't sing anything. He was just standing there with something that he was holding. And Zane has flowers, not even 2 dozen roses. It was a dozen of bouquet roses that it looked like he got from the local Walgreens. But I digress with that. And he says that he loves her. He loves Ashley and he wants her. He even had a chef there to make her favorite food while the guy was, I guess, supposed to sing the hook of Candy Rain on repeat the whole time. So her sister looks at her in front of him and is like, "Are you going to fall for this shit?" I would have said the same thing. Like, are you kidding? Because it was mad corny. Like, it was just corny and cliche. And you can do like big gestures for your female that aren't corny or cliche. Zane, you should have been doing this just to show her you appreciate her, not when you've been put out the house that
Mhm.
you actually put yourself out of because she was getting ready to leave and you said, "No, baby, stay."
I
So
feel like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it was just a mess. He ends up disrespecting Ashley's sister talk about where's your man? Is this why you alone? And I'm starting to see a pattern with Zayn because he did the same thing as Amy. He did the same thing with Amy. That's why Amy's alone. You're gonna end up alone like her. He uses Ashley's fear of being alone against her and manipulates her into staying. Now she should know better, but I do see his games, which irritated me. I did holler though, James, when the violinist stopped playing when she saw it wasn't working. He's like, "Why you stop playing? I paid you money. Why'd you stop playing?" And at the end of it, the violinist got sick of him because he was gonna ask her again why she stopped playing. She said, "You know what? I have something to do. I'm gonna leave." I said, "Oh." The violinist was not here for it. Ashley ended up standing her ground. I don't think that she would have done that if her sister wasn't there, but yeah, the sister stopped that from happening. The whole thing was corny to me. Zane, stop putting petroleum jelly on your face and go get you some face lotion. James, how do you feel
No,
about
go get you some toner or something. Like quit.
just shiny as hell his face
Yeah,
and
just like get
you
you
need
a toner. Like stop. That's what's wrong with your face now. You need a toner, and you need to. Let me stop. First off, Zane, you supposed to have her go to a hotel room and have rose petals, then have the violinist and the chef make her food, and just have her completely surprised. Not you bringing them to the house, and this is what you do. It's given you just spent all y'all life savings of what y'all had left to do all of this. And this is so sad. And I believe this is best what she said that Ashley would have just thought this was the most romantic thing ever if that sister was not there. Because I would
Yep.
have laughed if it was me in that scene. I would have been like, wow, you didn't put any thought or effort into this whatsoever. You're going to bring these people to the house and do this
For the neighbors to see.
for the neighbors to see and just to embarrass me. And there's no thought and effort. And you talking about you miss me and you want to be with me. There's nobody other than me and all this foolishness. Then why the hell did you act like that since we've been on the show and you going up to Europe over there flirting with the girl with the tall, legs and everything? Like, come on, I'm not finna sit up here with you. This is why I'm saying y'all can't let dudes like this play in y'all faces. Ladies, let this be an example. And I'm glad they have TV for this. Don't let dudes like this. I don't care what they look like. Don't let dudes play in your face like this. Because this
The
was not. This was
concern.
nothing. This was him doing the sob story and trying to get her to conform, and it would have worked under any other circumstances. It would have worked because she looks simple like that. And as I told y'all, this even makes me feel like once again you holding on to the name. Baby, that name ain't worth nothing. It's not like his last name is Jackson. Because
The
then I would.
violinist didn't even respect him to stay there.
Right,
That's what I told
exactly.
you. To close the door in his face and make sure he really ain't got a key. I'd be calling my locksmith.
I'd be going to locksmith. I'd be changing my address. Before he knew it, I'd been moved.
Because I always say, I'm sorry we don't like him right now, but we have to reference R. Kelly's When a Woman's Fed Up. When a woman is fed up, she really will be the fuck done. She won't answer your calls. She's not opening that. She might answer just to serve you the way Sierra did Eric a couple seasons ago, but that's about it. So that's why I call bullshit with Ashley. I know she's not done with him. And I don't need to see this. And I want her to change her wig. It's the same wig in every episode, even in the confessional. It's a good 360. They're changing it up. She can style it, but I'm tired of it. So I don't want to see these people no more. Personally, I just don't. We gonna move it on to Erica Racine meeting with Carly Red in some short shorts in the rain. She just had to show off that ass that she went. It was raining. How are you in a small hoodie? Which I can understand because in the South it'd be hot sometimes when it rains. At
Yeah,
least
be
when I'm in
humid.
New
Yeah.
Orleans, it'd be hot. It'd be hot.
hmm
So I get that. But girl, it's raining. Why are you in some shorts?
I mean, and the thing about it is that they do that here in Phoenix too, where they'll be in some shorts in the rain, and you just be like, I mean, who wants to sit up there and reapply lotion, like, and all this kind of stuff? Like, who nobody wants to do that. Like, y'all are weird.
That the shit that the rain touched before it get to you, you don't know if that droplet done passed on a nasty building, a bird done pissed on, or you just don't know. Cover your
I didn't
leg.
think about I didn't think about it like that, friend.
I sure am thinking about that.
I didn't think about it like that. I was just thinking like you gotta reapply lotion because you're gonna be ashy again.
No,
And then
I
you
live in
gotta
Oakland, California, and I work in the Tenderloin in San Francisco. I be looking at them raindrops come and slide down the building next to the pigeon, through the crackhead spit, and onto us. Absolutely not. Nope. But that's okay, Erica. You and your BBL, maybe the liquid injection give you some sort of superpower. I don't know, but she I was weirded out because she meets with Carly Red and Carly wants Erica to be in her wedding. Carly, you must really not have friends because a couple seasons ago, you and Erica had a beef because you were dating the label exec of her label. And now you guys are friends so well that she can be in your wedding. I, I don't get it. This whole scene is weird, y'all. So I'm going to just tell you what happened and let James give an opinion. T Woods, the baby mama of Tilo, Erica says, "Hey, I'm cool with her. You guys should meet." And so she calls her, and the girl had an attitude on the FaceTime. Listen, he's married now. You have a small child. Y'all gonna have to co-parent. Get over it. Figure out that the man lied and don't be upset with each other. That's my opinion on that. James, do you have anything to add about their little phone call?
I wish women would get into a space where, when it comes to you having another person as the parent of your child and then he decides to move on, that you would just be happy for them that they've moved on and then find a way to be cordial for the sake of your child versus becoming bitter and then trying to make mishap happen with the other person's new spouse. Like I wish we would get into a space where we didn't feel like we have ownership over people. Like, and I'm talking about men too. I ain't just talking about women. I'm talking about men as well. I wish we can get into a space where we don't feel like we have ownership over people, where we feel like, oh my gosh, they moved on. Now I need to make it hard for their new person because that was mine first, or whatever the logic is behind that. I wish we get into better spaces because I didn't like the attitude. I didn't like, first of all, I didn't like that Erica Banks even wanted that even to happen because at the end of the day, you can still be friends with that lady, be in Carly's wedding, even though it's weird, but you can do all that and still be fine. Like I don't understand. You can coexist with other people and it not interrupt the daily patterns. Like people are just strange. I'm telling you, just strange.
Apologies, you guys. I just clocked out of work. I apologize. But if anybody asked, I wasn't on YouTube. Uh, but yeah, it's the whole dynamic is weird. We'll see what happens with the talk. You could tell that a lot of this was just like a bridge for the next episode, but we will see. Knowing Carly, the talk will not go well. It seems like Carly has to like argue and get physical before peace comes with most of the
Hmm.
people she meet with. So we will see, y'all. Um, the last scene of this episode was with Spice, Rennie Rucci, Shekinah Joe, Kendra, and Saucy Santana. They all go skating. How do y'all in the South, especially in Atlanta, y'all don't know how to skate? That's crazy to me. That's the one thing I wish we had more of here in the Bay Area, but I think in California as a whole, because I love to skate. So
Trust
I
me when I tell you I was at that skating rink every Friday night over there off of Industrial and Mission.
would.
I forgot what it was called. It was right across from the bowling alley. And I remember, oh my gosh, we used to be in there all the time. I miss it. And I hate that that man closed that place. Like, we were like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a lot that's closed. They're trying to open it. We still got Golden Skate in San Ramon, but don't nobody want to go with all them clear people skating and their kids. And then the one in Sacramento be problematic and yeah, hot mess. But y'all, these people are in the skate rink. Ain't nobody really skating. They do get to discussing Zell and the situation, and it comes up basically that Saucy felt like Spice should have pushed Zell to like make a real song versus pushing him to do a diss coming at Saucy and all of that. And she's talking about Oh, a bitch that would have said a lot of people in the South don't know how to skate. It's not like a Southern pastime. I don't know. That's just like not being from the South. When I think of Atlanta specifically, I think of skating. But it does make sense that not everybody would know, especially a city like Atlanta where you got people moving from all over the place. I know my family members down in Mississippi and Louisiana, they don't skate, but that's because they live in the sticks. They don't skate at all. They may know how to shoot a gun, but not how to skate. Yeah, so I guess that could make sense. But these people in this rank are discussing all these things. And I'm like, Saucy, why do you have such an opinion if you don't care for Zell? He keeps commenting on it. Uh-oh, I missed the comment. Don't forget he goes to her when he cheated on her, then then she found out he was married. Oh no, I know that that's what he did, but it's just like
We get.
you have the
Let
kid,
me. Yeah, let
married
me address
her
that.
now.
I
Huh?
understand. Yeah, I want to address that. Let me understand. I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't do well for our psyche as a people when we continue to get angry because we weren't chosen. That's not personal to her. That's what I'm saying. His decision to go out and marry somebody else is not personal to her, so she should not take that personally. And I know that's easier said than done, but as a people, we have to do better with understanding that that person was not meant for us. And sometimes, as people, when you decide to have children, you need to put things aside. You have to put things aside for the benefit of your children. That's the choice he made. Fine. She needs to go make a choice for her because she could do that as well. She can go out and get married too. It's not like she's stuck. And that's what we have to get out of that mindset of doing. And I understand I'm preaching a hard word. I totally get it. I'm not saying I am right in what I'm and how I'm feeling, but I'm just saying as a people, we have to have better psyche when it comes to people we choose and people we choose to have kids with. And if they decide to make a different choice, we have to find a space to be okay with that, forgive them, and move forward because it teaches our children that sometimes things happen, people change, things change, and we need to be okay with that somewhere down the line.
Yeah, I think I do know that it is not easy when you have children.
Hmm.
I can agree with that, but I think that there are outlets and resources available
Right.
that people often choose to ignore. But
Hmm.
she did find out he has somebody else while 4 months pregnant, which is shitty. But now that this man is married to that person for the betterment of the child, she gotta
She has to learn how
get
to get them
over it and
together.
deal
Yeah,
with,
she has to because
yeah.
that, and she has to not take that personal. That was nothing that she did. Like, there's nothing. That's all on him. That's why I say you cannot take. Yeah, we have to learn how to not take those things personal as a people because what ends up happening is we become angry at the children. We do.
Mm.
We become angry at the children because of what their father or what their other parent did to us. That's how a lot of these children become angry. And we have to learn how to change those narratives. We do as a people. We
I
do.
think also this comment is important too because everything does take time. I always say to people, as long as you are consistently trying, even if you're
Hmm.
consistently trying and
Yeah.
failing, it's better to at least be consistently trying because then those things can slowly get better. But I
Yes.
feel like this girl, no shade, third baby daddy, dating somebody rich. Then he got snatched up by a TV star. Now she on the show. So I don't know. A lot of it feels so disingenuous. Uh,
Hmm.
but the Saucy and Spice beef was weird, y'all. Just because Saucy spoke a word. Spice is not a fucking producer. She's a great artist. She's a talented artist. I think that she has the ability to learn how to put stuff together. But just because you put a bunch of artists on an album, like DJ Khaled does year after year, does not make you a producer. An actual music producer is somebody that's going to participate in helping with the editing process of the song, helping with the creation of the song, whether it be making the beat, assisting with editing, and not in the same way an engineer would do. Spice just sits there and lets them do whatever the hell she wants. She's not assisting with writing, she's not assisting with editing, she's just sitting there. You know how we saw Derek Milano and Trick Daddy? on Love and Hip Hop Miami on the previous episode in the studio together. The song was played, and Trick was like, but you need to make that part shorter, have it come in afterward, and whoop de whoop. That would be a form of producing. Spice has not done any of that. She's gotten a bunch of people on the cast and let them run amok, called it an album because she owed MTV a contract and left it there. So I did agree with Saucy Santana when he is making the comment like Spice is not the best producer. And he cites this as the reason why he decided to decline doing the cast album. And he said it was a bunch of clown behavior, which I agreed with. A bunch of people who are considered to be D-list celebrities with music careers that are either has been like Scrappy or not to the point where they're well-known mainstream, got together for a cast album with a very talented and successful artist in Spice. They decided while on this damn cast album to make diss tracks against each other off niggas they never actually dated. Amy, Bambi want to solidify her being a side chick. Speaking about the hot tub, we still gonna talk about you in that hot tub with no neck. Like, the album did become a bit of a joke. Chaotic ended up dropping out of it and not really wanting to deal with it. So you can't expect nobody to take that seriously. Now, Saucy did come at Spice foul. It was kind of out the blue, but it seems like he's more upset that she worked with Zell and helped him with his diss track, but it doesn't make any sense. So Spice is obviously offended that the album was clownish, and she ends up throwing jabs at Saucy about Spotify listeners. And I tracked it. Spice has 3 million listeners on Spotify. I am one of them. Saucy Santana only has like a little over 600,000 listeners on Spotify. Now, you can have listeners everywhere else. You can have YouTube. You can do well on social media, TikTok, all of that. But they were speaking about Spotify. Spice does have way more streams because she is more known. I don't think her 25 years means shit because no one knew her for 25 years. In recent times, she's done a lot better. She's Grammy nominated and she's worked with artists who are known. So that don't mean much. And I believe the song she was nominated for a Grammy for was a feature as well. So I'm just looking like, Spotify streams isn't something you can really judge other artists on. Look at Kendrick Lamar and Drake right now. Kendrick Lamar has lots of Spotify listeners, over 100 million, and Drake is like, this is bought. Da, 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 da. I don't think you should argue over that. I don't see the point personally, but I did agree with Saucy. But it was random, but I agree. Spice does have a big head and she's not really editing. So let me get the comments. She says, so as it seems that Chaotic is no longer on the show. He did a live with Ray J and some guy from Day 26. Shout out to Young Rich Harlem for sending me that live. It was the most random thing, but Chaotic was in the background. He was talking about he's not messing with Love and Hip Hop no more and all of that stuff. So I guess it's true. I thought he was just being emotional, but I don't blame him. Why give Scrappy someone to argue with? Because Scrappy gives nothing on the show also, quiet as a kid. James, how do you feel about the last scene in this comment as well?
I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. When I was watching it, I was like, I could see both sides. I think they were just trying to argue who was more relevant to me. And I feel like, are we really talking about this? Like, are we really doing this right now? Like, because I understood both sides. I really did. And that's why I said it's hard for me to process it. And the way you explained it, it was like, okay, that makes more sense to me than where my mind was going when I first watched it.
It's like Saucy made sense in the things he said. The album was a joke. It was clownish to allow it. She's not a real producer. She may want to be and has the potential. So I can understand declining to do the album. I get that. My issue with it is Saucy saying all of that seemed unwarranted. Unless there was more to this scene that we did not see. This is the one time I didn't feel like Spice deserved all of that. You know?
Like, and that's how I feel too. I feel like that as well.
The timing is off.
The timing was off. And I don't know. And that's what I said. I understood what he was saying because that was like, it was a clown move. But at the same time, if she was being paid, like if Zell paid her to do it, then I feel like at the end of the day, like who's going to reject money? Unless she did it for free. Now, if she did it for free, I'm 100% with Saucy.
Spice is
But
messy though, because she was also in that same session with Zell and the Bunny Racks girl. So that's the thing. Spice is hella messy, and that's what makes
she
me
is.
lean towards like agreeing with Saucy. Saucy also, one thing I do like about him being on this show, he not scared of Spice like the rest of them. They always want to kiss the ass of whoever is the most popular on the show. He
Mhm.
gonna read you for filth and let you know what what it
Yeah, and
is.
that's why, yeah.
He also made a comment on this episode about Kirk and Rashida and the side chicks. Like, we shouldn't judge them because they're not holding their husbands accountable. So why are we going to do it for them, being mad at the side chicks? Like, so
True.
Saucy does make a lot of sense and bring some form of accountability to the show. I'm just curious to see how that will go when it's time for him to be held accountable for something, if that makes sense.
I know that does make sense, and I'm looking forward to that as well. But I don't know. My mind will change based on how the operative happened. If Spice was really paid to do this, like if she was paid by Zell to do this, then I would understand her point and like and not think that it was a personal business at the end of the day because I understand that that's how those things work. But if she did it for free and for the show purpose, then yes, I'm with Saucy. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, she probably did it for the show's purpose because it seemed like people don't really mess with her too much on the show
Yeah, and
anymore.
mhm. And I feel like that's what it is. That's why I'm with Saucy because I feel like that's what it was. The only way that would change is if she actually showed the receipt that she was paid to do it. Then that's when my mind will change because at the end of the day, I don't care what you make. If I'm getting paid, it is what it is. Like I'm not turning down no money, especially if it's easy money. No, I'm not going to turn that down because that ain't got nothing to do with me at the end of the day. Yeah, I got my little producer credit, but at the end of the day, I was paid. It is what it is. You take that up with the person who made it.
Yeah, because we've seen people break the fourth wall and be like, the producers wanted me to do this, or the show asked me to, or, little stuff like that. And Spice ain't said that once. So I don't know. Spice also has a habit of when she gets mad, she talks to Mile a minute very loud, hoping that everyone else is not able to get a word in or speak. So we will see more of what happens next week. But for now, I'm happy with Saucy Santana reminding her, you may have success, but get your head out your ass and realize that just because you have it doesn't mean you have much to teach. But that was the episode, you guys. I appreciate everybody for watching and spending these 52 minutes and 47 seconds with us. It does mean the world. Shout out to our replay gang. Love, light, and good energy to all of you. Hi, twin. Welcome in, Miss Shani. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are going to be going live again one more time, last one of the night because I'm not crazy and I'm tired. We're going to go over the Housewives of Beverly Hills next. That's okay, Shani. You can always watch the replay. And we're also about to start a Beverly Hills Housewives live. So I hope everyone tunes into that. Please be reminded the link to James's channel is in the description of this video as well as the playlist. And I appreciate all of you. You as well, James.
Keep having me. We'll see you guys on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
All right. Adios.